Okay, we're live. We're fucking live.
Oh, we're live.
Okay, I just let people in Discord know that the fucking stream's on.
Fuck yeah.
And that, you know, titty balls in your ass, all that shit, you know?
Titty balls in your ass and all that shit. Absolutely, absolutely. So the Fiesta mode.
Titty balls.
The way Fiesta works is you spawn with a random pairing of, I don't know if it's random or it's like decided upon beforehand, but you have like equipment. So you have like a Q ability. You have one of those and you have like 2 weapons and they're like kind of set up somehow. It's been the only way that I've really used weapons other than the starting ones because I don't pick shit up because I don't know what anything is in this game generally. But
I'm very much in the same boat. Like there's a couple guns I like that fucking slap, but then most of the guns are fucking they just don't have the shit, you know? They don't have the feel. I don't have the touch for them.
Oh, we got a Strato Barb. What up, Strato? Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, Strato Barb.
The classic
okay.
Strato
fucking
Barb.
Bing bong.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready to fucking rip here.
Dude, Strato Barb. Strato Barb's here consistently.
He is consistent.
All right, I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. Are we in a group?
We are. Yes, we are in a group. Okay, I'm going to fire this one off then. We'll just get this baby started and we'll see how it goes. Che has suspect internet, so we shall see how this is going to roll today.
We're going to see. Yeah. We're going to see if we can get it fucking horny, if we can get it in, if the fucking balls are tight, if the balls are loose, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel? Oh, I forgot to fill up my fucking water bottle. Jesus Christ.
Classic.
Jesus
Classic
fucking
error.
Christ.
He's going to die of dehydration during the stream now. That's going to happen.
During the stream, I will literally straight up die, guys. Pretty fucking cool thing to stream, though, if you ask me.
Your own death? That is pretty cool, but I think it's a little played out now. A lot of people have been dying in front of a stream recently, so...
Yeah, people have done it before. It's definitely not original anymore. No. But it's like, I don't know. How do you spice it up and now make it original? Like, you know, fuck, what's something old that people made new again? Like God of War 2018. How do you do the remaster version of dying on a live stream?
You know what I think
that's the thing.
Tell people you're gonna die on the live stream, but then you continue to live for subs. You know what I mean? You're like, give me a sub and I'll live another 10 minutes. Something like that, and you just see how long you can stretch it out. You know, maybe you can make it to old age.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Whoa, this one dude is fucking sexy. Serious. Whatever color scheme he's got over there.
Black and blue.
Yeah, I like that he's on our team. Oh, baby, who's got a sword? Did you start with a sword?
I did not start with a sword. Oh boy. I have changed my color scheme to purple and lime green.
Oh, fuck. I got fucking wrecked. I got fucking stretched out, my butthole wide open, you fucking dickheads. Purple and lime green. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, okay. I didn't even get to use my sword. I do like this Fiesta mode, though.
It is more fun, I think. Whoop.
It is. I want to start with random shit. Oh. Yeah, a guy just flew over top of me and fucking blew my fucking dick clean off my body. Goddamn.
Here. Nope.
I am not. I am not. I'm getting. A lag is like fucking. I'm 8 steps behind everyone right now. You know what? You guys got to make do.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna.
Gotta make fucking do.
What is this gun? I don't know. There's one gun that I don't even know how to fire it. Well, it worked that time. Okay.
Yeah, do you know the one that shoots out like a beam? Like it shoots out just a straight beam? Like, I don't fucking... Oh, I got the spike thing. I'm actually a fucking beast with this.
Yeah.
I think even with lag, I can stretch a dude's asshole open with this thing.
Yo, I fucking just... I had that... Whatever the thing that shoots spikes is, and every shot killed a man with it. I was like, okay. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, that's very nice.
Something I always need to remember about Halo is using my map. I always forget that the map is a useful tool to know where fucking people are hiding. Oh shit, and sometimes it's directly behind you.
Yo, Che Dorena's dad just came in and said, "Are you winning, son?"
It looks like we are winning, actually. And I just got my first kill of the match, which is pretty fucking horny. Oh, and then I immediately got, like, evaporated.
I have
the skewer, people are calling. I've opened up the chat because I want to test our fucking
internet
if
capabilities.
we can do it all. I want to see. Yeah, so let's see. Potentially the chat is open. For
Not Savage says, "LOL,
Oh my
I
God.
don't know how to use this gun." Proceeds to get a quad kill. That did happen.
yes. Mommy Silver says, "Please rail me." Do you want to take this one, Cam, or should I? Who's gonna do
this
the
is you.
railing
This
on
is
this?
you. I feel
Or
like
we could take
you're the
turns.
railing guy.
This is me.
I haven't been known to rail. I wouldn't describe my sexual style as a railing necessarily.
Oof. I think you could rail. I could see Cameron Phoenix railing a puss or two.
I appreciate the confidence, but I don't know.
Like if you came in real hot, real sassy.
We got Martin6969 chatting for the first time. What up? What up? What is this guy now?
Oh, dude, Martin. I heard Martin6969 has actually never 69.
Oh.
His name is actually a farce.
He's faking it.
That's pretty wild. Huh?
Okay.
Fuck, man.
They really
yeah,
are
fucking,
just giving me
he's
endless
vanilla.
weapons that I don't know how to use. Who's vanilla? Me? My sexuality is very vanilla. That is true.
It is true. We know Cam's the vanilla boy. The vanilla boy scout is what we call him.
That's true. That I have been called the
'cause
vanilla boy
he's
scout.
True. He's true and honest to himself and to the. Okay. Yeah. No. This is. Every kill I get is worth 8 right now because the fact that I can even get 1 kill in this much lag that I'm getting right now is insanely impressive because I'm dying like a full 3 seconds after I think I see a dude. I'm like, oh, this.
No, I for some reason
like,
am online right now though. I'm doing well. Oh.
Dab pen sitting on the toilet and watching the stream. Life is good. That does sound like a good life.
That is good.
Autumn is asking about the drawing. Yes, I did see the drawing, and I think it's fucking fabulous, Autumn. Thank you for. Oh, I got blown up. Thank you for making a fucking mascot for us. That is so fucking cool. It's pretty legendary that you would do that, and it seems that we have like a hot, sexy mascot for the stream now.
Holy shit. Long distance.
Why am I not reloading? Reload. Yeah, I'm just getting fucking stretched. Fucking stretched. People are using the cum face. Cum face, very useful tool in our thing. Okay, I helped on one. I think I helped on a kill. Oh, and then I immediately got blown up. I'm not sure by who. Oh, I got stabbed in the back. I'm playing right now too. You guys are looking forward to the campaign. Are you looking forward to the campaign, Cameron, of this game?
If the co-op was out, I would be excited to play it, I think. I don't know if I'm going to play it by myself, because I'd rather wait for the co-op and play it with you or my girlfriend or something, potentially.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Because Halo, it's very strange that they are going to launch it without the co-op, because I feel like Halo is traditionally like a very co-op, like this Halo campaign has always been done in co-op. I've played several of them.
Yeah, I don't really care. They always think like they're like the story. I don't even know what the story is of Halo. I don't think I ever have. And I played like, oh, please don't. Nope. A lot of rockets. I like that Autumn is in a blanket fort. I wish I was in a blanket fort right now. There's actually a blizzard going on where I live right now, which is, I'm enjoying it, you know? Snow is nice the first like 2 or 3 times it happens in a winter, and then you're like, please never do this again if possible.
Yeah, no, snow in wintertime, here's the thing, is I never like snow. I don't like snowboarding, I don't like snow. I don't like fucking winter in general. I'm like summer all the time. Climate change, I'm a little about it, to be honest. I'm kind of thinking climate change might not be that bad. There's going to be a sweet period of like 10 to 15 years where it's going to be just hotter everywhere, and we're going to see less winter and maybe some more forest fires in certain places, but I'm not going to live there.
Okay, this does not work at that range. We got fucked, but I feel like
We
I
lost.
was doing quite well for a while there, but
Oh, I was doing terribly. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the lag is real. The lag is real. I'm fucking in a deep lag hole, deeper than fucking my own colon, which is deep.
He's got a
I've
deep
got a
colon.
deep, dark colon.
Gucci Gang popping in says, "Hi,
Hi.
I like shitting."
I like shitting. Yeah, Gucci Gang is, of course, one of the vets of the stream. Has
Indeed.
been here an insane amount of times. What the fuck are you doing here so early? So if you were paying attention, Lab Gaming, you would know that we are doing. This is actually the last of the early streams. This is the last one. Then we go back to regular schedule. I'm on the road in Newfoundland, and because I have shows to do in a different time zone, we must be doing everything earlier on an earlier schedule. They'd have some work to do on reloading and how many hits it takes to kill. Absolutely not. They don't. Winston Hubbard, you're wrong on that one, because the whole point of Halo is it takes a long time to kill a person. That is how it works.
I think he might be referring to, though, like, I had a fight at the end there where both of my weapons were some of those weird energy projectiles. It's like the star shot or something, and then the other one. And it's literally like I'm just shooting gobs of like gelatin that's like red and blue, and none of it seems to be killing or hurting anyone. I'm like, I don't know what these weapons do or what's going on, but...
That shit is true. There's a couple of guns where I'm like, I've no fucking clue, like how the fuck this shit works. I have no fucking clue how it works.
What's going on?
Some people are asking any plans to come to Texas. Down the road, there'll be some American shows. Me and Cam are going to be in the States before you fucking know it.
Yeah, it won't be too long. Okay, we're going back in here. Yo, I had a weird ass. I hosted a show at the corner downtown last night, okay? So I don't know if this has ever happened to you. I'm talking to this lady in the audience, and I'm like, this is a confident young woman. And then she literally passed out later on in the show, and I was like, oh, this bitch is just wildly drunk. And she was like, it was really disorienting because she like interjected a couple times on jokes, and like I was saying something. She's like, oh, I know what that is. And I was like, thank you, man. Please don't ever fucking do that again if you would be so kind. You know, like we don't need you to confirm. And like I roasted her a couple times, and I was like, surely she'll calm down and she'll get this, but she never did. And then she passed the fuck out later on, and they're like, should we get her out of here? I'm like, just leave her dead body in the corner. That's fine by me. You know, it's good for the show.
Dude, no, that's like, it is a weird thing with comedy, is that there is this sort of like underground encouraged to party sort of attitude that comes along with it, which means you're going to encounter some of the worst people in terms of like people getting too drunk and people are just insane, and it's just part of the ride. And then you as a performer have to stay on the mark and be entertaining and funny while all this shit is going down. Not easy to do.
No, it definitely is not. It was very disorienting because it was like I just didn't realize she was that fucked up. I just thought, you know, some people are like, I'm confident in the show. I'm at the show, so the show's partially about me. And it's like, well, that's not really how it works. But I also don't want to get angry at you. And then it's like, oh, never mind. This bitch is just drunk and possibly on drugs. And I wish I had known that from the beginning. Oh, yo.
Oh, I got blown up immediately. Okay, Gucci Gang says, so anyways, so one time I was jerking it to a video on my phone, and my buddy, whose picture I've saved as Shrek, called me, and he got called me because he got stuck in a swampy bog one time. Anyways, I was finishing just as he called me. I was staring Shrek in the face while pumping out baby batter. Fiona looked kind of hot ever since. Here's the thing, though. You know what? Who hasn't?
What is going on here?
What,
jerked it to
Shrek.
Fiona from Shrek?
And
oh, this is an
Fiona.
enemy.
Was always hot.
Oh, fucking.
Fiona was never not hot. Shrek version or human version.
Yeah, well,
both have been
I feel like Shrek version
fuckable
is
depending on what your preferences are in ladies.
I hate this gun so much. I have like the red goo gun and I have no idea what this thing does. Are you still there? You were talking about Fiona from Shrek and then you got all silent, like you were reminiscing about it or something.
Oh no, I've just I've now switched over, so it's like and it wasn't working, so now I've gone to only Halo. We only have Halo open now.
Okay, you had the chat open before? Is that what it was? Ooh, boy. Johnny Loveless says, I crank it while staring myself down in the mirror. How do you feel about that? Does that seem like a healthy thing to do? I feel like Che is having some serious internet difficulties right now. This is our last one on the road here for a bit, and then we'll try and, oh, yo, that gun hurts.
Cranking it to yourself. I mean, it seems bizarre. I'm not gonna lie.
Great.
We're gonna just fully fucking put the, let's see.
Why
Connection to server lost.
Oh, you're
multiplayer is unavailable. Can you hear me, Cameron?
I can hear you now, but you're out of the game, or?
Oh. Okay, I'm in, out. You hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you now, so you're out of the game.
Okay, we're
now.
back.
Okay, cool. I am gonna drop out of here in 1 second. What the fuck was that? Are you still there? He's okay. No, he disconnected yet again. We are running off of some strange hotel internet right now, so it is a little jank, but we will figure this out. Ooh, the laser.
Can you hear me now? Is there any chance you hear me now? It says my video connection is. Oh, you can hear me now.
I can hear you now, but you are a blue screen as far as the video connection goes. But we will work this out, folks.
Okay. We're working it out. We're getting it figured out, ladies and gents. It's the final days of the on the road premium internet at these Holiday Inns. It's wild because the Holiday Inn seems to be the worst internet we've had so far, and we have better internet at like bumfuck nowhere places.
Well, you know what it is like if you're in a mainstream hotel, they're gonna chintz you on the internet, and if you're if you're in like a shitty little place, then they don't really have the technology to fuck you over on Wi-Fi. I feel like.
That's true. It's almost they're just not wealthy enough to be that mischievous.
Exactly, right? Because it's like if you're a big company, you're definitely gonna throttle the amount of bandwidth that somebody can get.
I don't know if I like it, but it's just that it's funny that is the reality. For whatever reason, because for some reason we get charged for data, and it's a completely untangible thing that is never ending. There's no end to data. We don't have a limited resource or well of data. It's not water. We can data for years. Everyone should have data until everyone has flowing, juicy data coming out of their dick and balls. That's the America I want.
Hopefully one day we'll get there, but we're not there yet.
Kicking off right now.
Okay. Yeah, good old.
We one day we'll be at.
Wow, I'm pretty fucking good with
I
grenades.
love when you have a big no smoking. I love when they have a big no smoking sticker in. Oh
yeah, some guy just lasered my corpse, which I didn't know was a possibility.
Hey, are people still fucking puffing puffing away on these motherfuckers? Or are people still sitting? So, like, great.
What's up? Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna drop out of this game here in 1 second. Are you still there? I'm trying to figure out what's going on internet-wise.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I am 100% still active and ready. What we could potentially do, we could make a quick audible.
Okay.
Switch over.
Okay, what would you like to do?
If we open Discord, let's see. I'm gonna open Discord. I'm open Team Streamies. Then I'm gonna fucking go. If you go share, if we both go online on Team Streamies,
okay,
and you go share your screen,
okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go share your screen. I'm gonna fucking open up. Boom. Opening up the internet. I'm closing Hello, and I'm gonna see if this works. Can you see my screen right now?
No. Okay, hold on. I'm getting out of this game. We're gonna figure this out.
Projection of my screen.
I'm getting fucking stuffed here. Okay, live projection of your stream. Let me see. Pulling out of that. Jade Arena is live. Let's watch your screen. Let's see what we're looking at here. Oh, full screen, yeah. Okay, what do you want me to do with this? What are we looking at here?
I'm trying to. It's loading this now because this might be an option.
Okay.
This might be an option. Okay, never mind. It's this. What if you share your screen to me and we do the videos again, and we just make the Discord screen the whole screen that people see. People just see big Discord.
Big Discord share. Okay, hold on. So I'm dropping out of Halo here. This is fucking a wild one.
Because I'm trying to share to you.
Okay, I'm going to put you... Your stream is closed. So you're trying to share me for what purpose? I'm so confused. Hold on. Let's see.
Okay. We're going to go stop streaming. Okay.
Close that.
Okay, I'm opening... Yeah, I'm going to go share screen.
Okay.
And we're going to do this.
For... Why are you
live? We're trying again. Because if I share my screen, I can share it to you, and then you can see what I look at on. Oh, see now is it working?
Okay, hold on. I'm very glad that I didn't smoke weed today because I would be horrendously confused by what's going on here. I do not see what you are looking at here. I have you like your video back, but you would like to share your screen so I can see what you're looking at. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
It keeps crashing though. I'm trying to share it to you.
Yeah, I don't think you have the internet capability to do much right now. You're kind of in like a Telegram type setting, you know. What we could do is I could share my screen.
Crashing.
Yeah, you keep crashing here. So I could share my screen to you.
Or other option here?
Yes. Is
we just my screen share right now. It says stop streaming. Okay. Stop streaming.
What is going on in the chat too here? This has been a very disoriented moment. Anal must have been horrid.
Oh yeah, we are all over the place.
Yeah, people are talking about the history of anal sex. It appears in the chat right now, which is Autumn's doing some school.
The history of anal sex.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna let's just pivot fully to a just chatting because the internet is fucking bonkers right now. I'm opening up the chat right now. I think if we have just chat open and just fucking Discord open, my computer and this internet can handle this.
Okay, I am gonna drop us over to just chatting.
The chat's loading.
I'm getting us out of Halo here for a moment. So we're in the just chatting zone now. We're doing a pivot. It's a live pivot, folks. This is how we do things here.
Live pivot. And I'm gonna make a new fucking thing for TikTok. We're gonna be fucking. I'm making answering all questions on Twitch, live on TikTok.
What do we want the like? Should we just full
You
screen
guys are seeing how we
ourselves?
do it.
Yeah, this is you're peering behind the veil of.
Yeah, just full screen us. Just full screen us right to the tits.
It's just
and
it's weird because your video is like fucking still jank as shit. You know what I mean? It's like I full screen you, but it's just like a still image of you. I don't even fucking know what's going on, but
of me just fucking frozen.
Yeah.
But you can hear my audio fine, right?
I can hear your audio. Yeah, absolutely. Here, let me get you a little full screen here. Whoo, boy, this is a wild one. ZayVD says, what up? Glaring technical issues and internet problems are what's up right now. Okay, I'm going to see if I can refresh your camera here. You seem to be normal there. Okay.
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 Cool.
Okay, we're good. You're back. You're live.
We're back. We're live. Oh, this is going to get gnarly. Che looks like he's about to tell a girl, no, you hang up. Is that what I look like?
A little bit.
That's a very sweet thing to look like.
That was the frozen image for a short period of time there. Yeah. Okay, so I think we got some questions coming in. Real Skank Hunt 42. I love that there's 41 other real skank hunts out there, and he had to put the 42 on the end of that guy. Unless that's your age, in which case
because people are out there hunting those skanks.
Yeah, unless you're hunting for middle-aged skanks. Is that what that's about?
It could be, because skanks never die. That's the thing. When one way that a buddy of mine got me to fucking what's it called, like commit to my girlfriend. He didn't get me to, but I was kind of like, I think I like this girl. Well, I obviously don't currently have a girlfriend, but a girlfriend I dated in the past. Mm-hmm. He said, I was like, I kind of like this girl, but there's these other girls I'm juggling and I kind of don't want to give up the puss. And he was like, there will always be more of those pussies. Like there will always be that like puss hanging around. It never goes away.
And that's how he got you to commit? Wait.
That was a convincing factor in his advice to me being like, yeah, you know what, try dating this girl, because it's like if it doesn't work out, you'll be able to just find random whores to fuck again. And I'm like, you know what, you're right, man. And then I was like, no, there's nothing to worry about.
Wow, what a touching story this is. What an emotionally touching story. It's like, Che, let me tell you something. There's always going to be more whores out there. Here, one second. I'm just going to change the title of our stream right now is Just Chatting, and the title is Space Boys Stuffathon, which makes absolutely no sense. So I'm just going to alter that as well.
Space Boys Stuffathon. Oh, man. I mean, if you're watching on TikTok, come over to Little Dinky News on Twitch. We're doing a Just Chatting. If you have questions you want to ask us, you can come over to Little Dinky News and you can ask us in the chat. That is where we're responding to all the people.
Okay. Skank
what hunts. Do you think of the scene where...
No, go ahead.
Oh, skank hunts. What? No. I was going to say, Gucci Gang said, what do you think of the scene where Adriana Chechik took 2 wieners in her cooter at once with one up her stinker? Now, I haven't seen this specific scene, but because I saw her when she did the triple penetration, 3 dicks in the butt, which is impressive. Mm-hmm. It's like a marvel of just engineering and angle work, and like one dude has to like step over 2 other dudes. Yeah. That's a fucking
just logistics alone.
It's a whole thing to do.
Yeah, it's a feat of organization almost in many ways.
But 2 in the poop, 1 in the pink. That's work, man. Like I think there's certain days on a porn set when you're having fun. Like, what's her name? Bella Danger talks about how she would like rewatch her own porn and she masturbates to it because she's like, oh, I came super hard here, and she's like, oh, it was so fun. It was a good day on set. I had so much fun fucking this dude. But I think a day when you're getting double fucked in the ass and single fucked in the puss, or vice versa, that's probably like, when you're doing a show and the crowd is really rowdy and it's really hard to keep them together, and it's like it feels like work that day. I think that feels like work on a porn set. I don't know for sure, but that would be my best guess.
I don't think that's much of a guess. Getting 2 dicks in your ass, I don't think is something you ever become accustomed to, and you're like, oh, it's just one of these situations. You know what I mean? I think it is perpetually it registers. You're not going to have a day where that happens and you're like, oh, well, off to the mall now.
Off to the mall. Sup, shorty? How you doing? Hello, first time chatter, guys. Oh, guys. And guys, we're doing followers eating subs deep. That means for every 50 followers and for every 10 subs, either myself or my co-host Cameron Phoenix will eat something weird. Now, I don't really have anything in my hotel room.
I can do an egg. I got some eggs floating around. I'm gonna have a little weed here. What's your quick take on the Omicron? What do you think about the Omicron variant? Is that happening?
Oh, the Omicron variant. Here's the thing: is like, when COVID first came out, I was like, nah, it's not going to be anything. And then obviously it was a thing. But now the news loves, like, there was Delta variant, and there was, I feel like there was another one since then. There's been different variants, and every time there's one, the news loves it. The news is like, oh, spooky COVID. Like, if it is one, it's really gonna fucking suck. No one wants that. But the news also loves to take advantage of these moments and try to scare the shit out of people. That's what they really love to do.
I wouldn't say nobody wants that, to be honest with you. I've told you there were some perks to the lockdown. I really enjoyed the whole not going outside and receiving free government money. That part I very much enjoyed. But I will say, at the very least, about the Omicron variant, cool name for one. Whoever named this one, great job. I like it. It sounds threatening. It sounds like something. You've got my good marketing angle. You know what I mean? You've got my attention on that front.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got another first-time viewer here, Unorthodox LRA. I wonder what the LRA stands for.
Little raging ass. Asteroid. I was gonna say asshole, but I didn't think that was funny. But then asteroid wasn't very good either.
Okay.
I was also gonna say erection, as if erection spelled with an A.
Yeah.
That was another one I was gonna go for.
Gucci Gang, going back to his classic question here. You remember, of course, you're an inch in your mom and your dad is an inch in you. Which way do you move to get out of this situation? Yes. I like that he brings this up about once a month to see how we've evolved, to see how our philosophy has changed, whether we would continue to penetrate our mother or get penetrated by our father. And I think the more that I think about it, I think the selfless answer is to back up into your dad and get penetrated. And that way you spare your mother. Like, the act of being penetrated is a more aggressive position to be in. So to have it done to you is the most generous thing you can do in that situation, I think. Does that make sense?
But you don't think you're going to traumatize your father with him penetrating you? And then him, because then he comes in you too, I think was part of it, is that he comes inside your ass.
But that's the role of a father, to kind of lay down so you can walk over his back into the future, right? That's what a good father does. So I understand that this is going to be hard for him, but that is his role. That's what he has. That's his role to play.
That is the role of a good father. Holy shit, man. I mean, I can't argue with that. It is kind of the role of a good dad.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Fucking
Unorthodox LRA says, what are we talking about here? What we are talking about, of course, is if you are in a situation where you are an inch into penetrating your mother and your father is an inch into penetrating you, which way do you go in order to escape the penetration / being penetrated?
Yes. Yeah, and which is always, it's an endless dilemma. It's hard to get to the bottom of it. It's very hard to, I don't know, to have, there's no right answer, really. There is no right answer. And that's what makes it such a dilemma. Autumn is very much getting loud in the chat. You snuck into an R-rated movie. What movie did you sneak into? Please let us know, Autumn. Oh, and we're getting a lot of the, what's up, baby? Take me out for dinner. Are you familiar with this?
No,
what's up, baby? Take me out for dinner?
As for usual, just assume that I'm not.
It's part of that. That you're not up to date on the current trends. Yeah. This is a TikTok trend. This is the Coney Island thing we've spoken about previously, where there's this dude. It's a weird situation, that video, because he's clearly like interviewing insane, possibly homeless, possibly drug addicted people in Coney Island. And that, and this feels a little bit exploity, but at the same time, the video is fucking hilarious and so good, and there's so many snippets in it. Like there's one part where he's interviewing a dude who's just in like underwear, and he has his iPhone in the front of his underwear, so it's like basically against his dick and balls, and the guy is going, I have 7 female wives, check my Instagram. And you're like, okay, man, I'll check your Instagram. I think it's funny now that you can be like homeless, crazy, and still have Instagram. You're not going to not be hooked up to the grid, man. You're still on the grid.
That is, it's a fascinating kind of dilemma right now, where you have all these people who want to have fame and want to create content, but their lives are not particularly interesting, and they're kind of incapable of self-generating material. So they're like, what if I was to just go find some stabby looking dude under a bridge and interview him? And it's like, yeah, that guy is making great content. He's a star. You know what I mean? Anytime you see these people, you're like, yeah, I'm watching this. This is fucking the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. But they're probably not getting a kickback on the other end of this shit, right? So it's like, it is an ethical dilemma, I think.
It is an ethical dilemma, but it is undeniably good. It is undeniably good. Yeah. It's so funny, but it's like, if you don't film these people, what's going to happen? The content's going uncaptured. That's and it's true. Like, are we missing a piece of art then? Is it just art going into the void? Is it worth existing? If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a noise?
God, this is a deep philosophical question. Yeah. Did you see the
yeah.
Have you been watching Channel 5 at all, or whatever the fuck it is, with the all gas no brakes guy?
I haven't watched his stuff recently. Where has he been in the last little while?
He did this interview with this guy called Cripmack, who's like, he's a Crip in like LA, and it's just so surreal to see, because like it's like the dude is like kind of, I don't know, it's hard to tell if somebody's like brain damaged or that their life is actually just so severely fucked up that this is like where any logical human being would end up. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't tell. But definitely good content, trust me, in terms of insane people doing insane things.
Was this the one? Was Cripmack the guy? And he was like, he fought the cameraman. Yeah. He's like, yo, we gotta like knuckle up or whatever. Yeah, and he like fought the cameraman. And you're like, yo, this. And he was even like, yo, this guy's a real guy. A lot of fucking cameramen wouldn't fucking do it. And it's like, yo, like the cameraman fought this random dude. Yeah. And I'm like, where does he find these people? Where does he find Cripmack? Also, we got something in the chat. 4 doors, more whores. I don't know what that means.
I like that.
Can someone explain to me 4 doors, more whores?
That's a good username, if nothing else. You know what I mean? 4 doors, more whores.
It is.
Yeah. I guess
that's... 4 doors, more whores brings some heat.
Petition to start spamming chat with Do the Crip Walk. I like that there's a petition forming before you just go about the business of spamming the chat. You know, it's good to ask.
Yeah. No, they're going to, see how the people feel about it. Because I don't know if we're... Can you crip walk?
I'm gonna say that I cannot crip walk. No, I have not practiced that either. Can you?
Absolutely not. We do have a real good question coming in from Real Skank Hunt 42.
Okay.
Fight to the death, you versus 3 rapey octopi on land, or a great white in its backyard. Which one are you taking?
I'm taking the octopus every time.
Yeah, I'm taking the octopus every time. 3 of them on land. Here's the thing is they're rapey. They're going to go for certain things. Sexually, I'm very, I guess confident isn't the right word, but like centered. There's not a lot of things that are going to throw me off. If an octopus like grabbed my dick and balls with a tentacle or shoved one in my ass, I would walk that off easy. I would be like, whatever, you know what, another day out in the woods. But you're gonna not die from that. The chance of octopi fucking killing you on land within the time frame before they suffocate and die and dry up or whatever, very rare. A great white's gonna fucking like it's a fight. There's no like, oh, is it gonna attack me or not? It's gonna fucking kill you, bro.
Yeah, and sexual stuff is like, fighting for your life is a different realm than something happening to you sexually. Like, obviously, it's traumatic, but you don't want to be dead. Somebody's saying here that here's a wild fact: 4 doors more whores was Kyle Rittenhouse's TikTok handle, which is fucking insane. Oh my god.
Yo, I did actually I remember seeing the clip of that where he was in he's in court and they bring up the guy's like, it's true that your TikTok username is 4 doors more whores. And guy's like, yes it is. And it's like that's like a part of court now.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, remember when you had this, when you said this in the comment section, you remember? It's like, yeah, bro, we're all out here wilding on the internet. Like,
what also, I was gonna say, what do you do if you're a juror and you're like, just for the record, his username was 4 doors more whores? Are you like, I guess he did it now? Or like, how does that fall into the equation?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. I guess they're trying to like discredit his like his fucking whether or not he's a good person. But you're also like, what I think Kyle Rittenhouse did was extremely wrong. I do think he should have gone to jail for it. Like, the whole thing of it's like it was self-defense, blah blah. It's like you went, like, there's intent all the way down. You went down there with a gun. Like, you didn't have to go with a gun. You went with the like intent to shoot people, man. But the like pulling stuff like that from the internet and being like, oh, look what this person said. It's like, bro, we're all doing shit on the internet. We all got fucking the tweets and all the shit. They mean nothing. That means nothing. Oh, you said something bad on the internet once. It's like, yeah, fucking welcome to real life, baby.
Yeah, no, it is a surreal, like, I don't know what should have been done with him, because like it was, once again, it's like self-defense. I think you look at it, it's like it was probably self-defense by the letter of the law, in terms of, somebody pulls a gun on you and you have a gun. I think you're legally allowed to shoot a person in that situation in America. But it's like, what do you do when a person has put themselves in the stupidest fucking situation, which is really elevated to dangerous levels for no reason at all? This didn't need to happen at all, and was entirely due to your presence here. It's like, that seems like it is fault in some way. But it's like, the best case scenario would be you never hear about Kyle Rittenhouse again. You know what I mean? It's like, he doesn't deserve to be a newsman or whatever position they're going to put him in now. If he just completely vanished into the world and had to live with the ramifications of killing 2 people, I think that would authentically be, I don't know, maybe not punishment enough. Maybe something more than that would be required, but it would at least be fine. But the fact that he's going to be like on Fox News or something is fucked up, I think.
But you never know what could happen. Like, the future is very unknown, and there is we were listening to a podcast. This was actually a very good podcast that we listened to. It was Mark Maron, and he was talking about
was this the comedy
cancel
one?
culture.
Yes,
and
I listened to this too.
Yeah. Okay, so you listen to this one too. Okay, yeah. So it's like, hey, he had on a guy who is like, his job is being like a comedian. Well, he's a historian and he specializes in like comedic history, and him breaking down how like no one is actually, not no one, but many people who say they're being canceled aren't being canceled, or no, many people who say they're being censored aren't being censored because no one's stopping you from talking. Like, you're doing whatever the fuck you want to do. People are just having a reaction to you doing whatever the fuck you want to do and saying whatever the fuck you want to say. It's like, he compares it to people in the 40s and 50s getting arrested for their jokes. It's like, no one's putting you in prison for your jokes. People are just getting upset from your jokes, which is totally fine. They're expressing their freedom of speech just like you are, unless the government makes it illegal for you to say what you're saying and locks you up for it, or if corporations like physically remove the things you're talking about, then you're not actually being censored. But fuck, what was the point I was going to make on this? How did we get here?
We were talking about Rittenhouse and people being able to kind of disseminate information.
Yes. So they bring up, I can't remember who this was, but they bring up a guy who in the 40s was like on TV, and he said the N-word 3 times, and they have CBS or whatever, like they're like, what the fuck, everyone lost. Even back in the 40s you couldn't say this on TV. And he was, and then he didn't apologize, and he pulled down, he was like, I think he said, I was raised by darkies, so like it's, he died in a plane crash. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
So who knows what'll happen right now, but sometimes things iron themselves out.
Yeah, that's a wild story about that guy saying the N-word and being like, well, it just goes to show you that, like, you know, what isn't acceptable is always shifting. And it's like, if you can't keep up with that, or at least acknowledge that people feel a certain way, then it's like, you know, it's weird with comedians, because if you say something and people receive it in a certain way, that's your problem. That's bad craftsmanship. If you want to be understood, it's literally your only job is to kind of express yourself in a way where you're completely understood by the audience. That's your job. You don't have anything else to do. You're not building cabinetry or something here, right? So if you make a joke and people think it's offensive and you're like, it wasn't my intention, well, then it's like you fucked up at your job. Somebody's asking the same question over and over again here, which I'm interested in hearing from you. Sup, Shorty, how you doing? Very heated question. Says, would you F a woman with a D or F a man with a emoticon of a cat, which I believe stands for pussy in this situation? Do you have what's your answer? Have you been avoiding answering that one? I saw it. I was like, that's a very hot button question.
Oh, no, I definitely, I saw that one a few times, and okay. I think that's a great one. Yeah, that's an easy one. You do the lady with the D 100% of the time. Okay. Like it's one is like, it's all lady, a little bit of dude. The other is all dude, a little lady. Like when you're inside a pussy, you're not like looking at the pussy and like processing that you're in the pussy and like seeing it. You're looking at the person and their titties and their face and like kissing. And so that would mean you're doing all of that to like a man who potentially like is like a burly, balding, hairy man with a pussy. And that's like, imagine like Tom Segura with a pussy. Like, that's not the most pleasant thing. Or you have like, I don't know,
I don't know, like a Louis C.K. or somebody, nice, you know, like just a frumpy kind of
an attractive lady, like Nick every time.
Yeah. Okay, that's very solid logic. I interpreted it as more of just a general question. Would you do either in that situation? Kind of yes or no. But I like that you did an either or with it. That's not what I thought.
Oh yeah, no, I took it as like you had to do one or the other. Other. There was no. It's like if you don't do that, then someone's gonna put a knife in your ass or something. Like it's like these two or horrible torture. And you go, okay, I'll do one of them.
Okay, bro. Second question, says Autumn. A follow up. You fuck the woman.
Okay.
You fuck the woman with a dick. You're breaking up a little bit. We're getting fucking RoboCop Che here. The internet there is highly suspect, but we knew this already. The Halo situation was a fucking wildfire. So I think you're back now, though. Your video's good.
Am I back?
I believe you're back. Skank Hunt's asking the age-old question about the snail again. The Immortal Snail question. Has your position evolved on that?
The Immortal Snail question. Okay, so the Immortal Snail question, guys, everyone in TikTok, if you're watching on TikTok, come over to Little Dinky News on Twitch. You want to talk to us, you want to chat with us, it all happens over here. This is where it goes down. We're doing a nice little just chatting for you guys. The Immortal Snail situation is like, I think what you do, because you're like, how do you deal with the snail? You imprison it. That's what you have to do, is you go to the snail, you put it in like a safe, and you need to know where the snail is at all times. So you have lots of money and you're immortal. once you've imprisoned the snail, you then can kind of focus on your life. And it's good if you imprison it in some sort of clear case. Now, there is a chance that the snail escapes because the snail is hyper intelligent, that it figures out a way to burrow out of the safe or whatever that you put it in, and come after you in other ways. And it's up to you to stop that from happening. But I think you take it until the point where you're like so old and wise from your immortality that you're like you've reached some sort of level of sentience where now you will be accepting to death, and then you touch the snail.
Okay, so you have to achieve some sort of enlightenment before you go embrace the snail. That's an interesting take. I think definitely you want to imprison
I think
it.
that would.
Also,
yes, you want to imprison it.
Just want to say we are only 10 follows away from a sub, and I will eat an egg at that moment.
Ooh.
Also,
there we go. If you get 10 more follows, if you're on TikTok, over to Little Dinky News, 10 more follows, you can see Cameron Phoenix eat a raw egg.
People are saying you're a girl for a day. What do you do? You've already talked about this. Jay actually has a very brilliant answer. I know what your answer to this situation is.
Oh yeah.
So what is it that you would do again? This is the most devious fucking answer to this I've ever heard.
Girl for a day, I immediately take a bunch of like pornographic videos, pornographic pictures, like so much fucking slutty content, like it's it's bonkers. And then I start an OnlyFans and I just put that shit up. I make like a couple of years worth of content in a day, like as much as you can crank out. You buy some fucking vibrators and shit. You really go to town. Maybe you call a friend, get him to come over, peg him. Like every fucking angle you hit, take a bunch of feet pics, so many feet pics. And you just fucking rack up the cash off of this female entity that is you, that you will make these other platforms for.
That is brilliant too, because you change and then you're completely, the only thing that exists is the memories of you getting pegged by this man in this hard ass work of 24 hours straight of sexual content you have to produce. But after that, the gravy train never ends, Well, I guess you have a couple years of content and then you got to pivot into something else, but it's definitely a profitable way to do it.
But you capitalize. What would you do? What are you doing with your 24 hours of lady work?
I'd probably go shopping or something, really lady it up.
I want the full lady experience. Get sexually harassed, all that kind of stuff.
For sure. I'd go walking by a construction site in a little dress and I'd be like, hope nothing untoward happens, getting wolf whistled at, and I'd be like, boys. Make some pasta or something,
Yeah.
I'd buy a little dog walking around in the park, it would be nice. Go out at night, feel threatened, be like, okay, I think I understand now. Yeah, I'd live the whole life, I think.
I like the idea of you like meeting someone too while you're like lady and you guys really hit it off. You have like one of those moments where you're like talking and flirting, you're like holding books and you kind of like put your hair behind your ear and it's like this bubbling like intimacy, and you like message a little bit, and then after you turn back normal, you go cold, and you see him as a man. He has no idea it's you, and you just remember this moment, and you're like, "Well, bearing that forever. That's it. That's gone."
Yeah. Oh, that was a good question. I didn't expect it to go in that direction. I'm glad it did, though.
We got a good one out of it. We did.
We got Chan Cam's ball hair here. Nice.
Yeah, people come with some. Clearly, I think these are old viewers, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're people coming over from TikTok who don't have Twitch, and they just make Twitch accounts just so they can say these things to them. But yeah, they said, "I love myself and I love you all."
Oh, okay,
which is great.
It's a beautiful thing. A very positive message. I watched. Here's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Very positive.
Did you have any relationship to the Wheel of Time series? The like fantasy series.
No, I've seen ads for this, but I have not. I've not seen that. I've never heard of it before. If you can fill me in on the whole thing.
Just don't watch it. That would be my only recommendation. It's very strange so far. I read the books, It's like it just feels so. There's a weird like Netflix shows made now just have a certain. It's like there's a gloss to it that just makes me not want to watch the show right away. You know what I mean? It's like they've done some weird diversity math too on like every scene has like a weirdly perfect amount of representation. And it just kind of like I'm all for representation, but there's something about it being so calculating that it makes me think about race. And I'm like, I'm watching a fantasy show and I'm sitting here and there's a bunch of people in like an inn or something. And I'm like, why does this look like a math textbook? It just seems so calculating. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's so weird to watch.
Yeah. And it is very strange because when you travel, the world isn't like that. Like, obviously, like you said, you want more diversity. But I remember living in Mexico. You go to Mexico, everyone's Mexican. Yeah. Like, you go to most cities, like, everyone's Mexican. You go to, like, China, everyone's Chinese. It's like they're outside of, like, metropolises in North American cities, like obviously some other places too, but it's mostly North America where you get like such a large amount of diversity because it was fucking colonized to the ends of the earth. That's why. But like even you go to like Tokyo, you're in like a major city, like the vast majority of people over there are going to be Japanese. So it is strange to see everything represented like that when it's like when you go around the world, it's not necessarily like that. But I get why they're doing it because it's like, I don't know. I get why they're doing it on multiple levels. Like, I think it is the right thing to do, but I also think it is a piss poor like sellout thing other than giving people who are minorities actual representation in like, I don't know, police forces or fucking government or positions of power, just giving them more money. Like they're like, oh, we'll just give you more movies. And you're like, all right, well, I guess this is what we
take it. You know, it's not bad. It's better than the absolute nothing that they've been giving you for the longest time. So I guess that's something. It's a weird thing to watch because it's like, once again, like I said, I'm pro representation. It's just strange to be watching a fantasy world and be like, I'm now thinking about race. And then I'm like, I don't even know what races these people are or the history. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, there could be people like, who knows who's in the top of this? I don't know. It just, it opens a million questions where I'm like, I thought you guys were just doing magic and you're like sorcerers shit. And it just threw me for a loop. But anywho.
No, I feel you. But I think it's also for like the younger generation.
Okay, fair enough.
T Jenks, what did...
No. He says, I don't care what anyone says. I think your hairline looks fine. That's a cruel comment coming in.
I love when people come in with one of those where you're like, you're just being a piece of shit, aren't you? You're just being a full-fledged piece of shit, and you don't care who knows.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even addressed it. I apologize for reading it, but I have so much hair insecurity, and I always have. That's why it really sticks out, you know. And you see, it's a good way to needle a person, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh, and if anyone's watching and they're in St. John's, we're doing our final show tonight in St. John's, and I'm getting blackout. I'm blacking out. Like, I'm just putting that on the table. I'm getting fucking drunk tonight. I'm hopefully gonna fuck some stranger. I'll hopefully fuck more than one stranger. I would love to have more than one lady come back here and just we have some sort of gross thing where we fuck up this hotel room, where we leave it just like stinking like orifices.
Yeah, and there's like human shit smeared on the wall, like just absolute filth and debauchery. Has there been any more sexual escapades? Because I know there was one, right?
No, there hasn't. No, on this tour there hasn't been any sexual escapades. Okay. I got like blackout drunk at a bar and didn't come home with anyone. I kind of did the famous Che Dorena thing where you like there's clearly a girl who's interested in me and I'm like, you know what, but there's also that girl over there that I could try and fuck. And I end up talking to like every single girl and then come home with nothing. That either happens or then I fuck the ugliest girl there. But there was no ugliest girl to fuck. So that's
So you reach beyond your capabilities. You go for somebody who's a little too hot, who like maybe over time you could pull it, but it's not a one night affair. And then that doesn't work out, and you desperately scramble for the most fuckable, ugliest person in the room. Is that how it goes?
I pull an Icarus, baby. I pull an Icarus. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've probably done that over 10 times. Like it's like and I've learned from it. And even last I think it was what was this town called, Cornerbrook, where I got like fucking blackout drunk. I made so many rookie mistakes. It was like I haven't partied like that in so long. We're at a place, there's a bunch of people who want to party with you. I haven't like partied in a while because we're just locked up all the time. So like first mistake was shots. You don't take shots, especially not in that kind of scenario, because when you take shots in those kind of scenarios, there's like 10, 15 people want to do shots with you. So then you end up, I think I probably did like 7 or 8 tequila shots. And then you're like, oh yeah, you're on the road to blackout, and there's no fucking, it's a trained blackout. There's no diverting. It goes one way right into hell.
Yeah.
And so I got fucking trashed. There was this one girl who was like hitting on me from the start, and I just kind of like swooped over, went somewhere else. I also made the rookie mistake of, there was this girl there who I assumed had a boyfriend, because she was with this guy. She didn't have a boyfriend. She was super hot, and I should have been trying to wheel her from the start. And then she got so drunk that I was like, oh, well, I can't even wheel her anymore. And then just the people started falling one by one. And instead of like fucking locking down on someone, I kept like bouncing around, and then went home with fucking nothing but my dick in my hand.
That's an unfortunate story, but it'll probably happen again from the sounds of it. 10 times doesn't seem like a situation you're really getting better at dealing with. It seems like a repeated pattern at this point. But
no, I'm definitely, tonight I'm going in with more. I'm gonna go in with more strategy. I'm getting a big meal before. I'm gonna drink sparingly. I think we're gonna go for mixed drinks tonight. I'm not going to do straight fucking whiskey all night. And I'm going to set up a target like right away. Right away, I'm going to fucking find someone who I'm like, seems like they want to fuck me. And then target right away. Someone who's fucking, I'm like, we're fucking, okay? You're down to fuck. I'm not leaving St. John's with a dry dick. There's no way.
Okay, that's good. That's an interesting element too. It's like you know when they have those radio shows and it's like the next caller wins. It's like, you come out to Che's show tonight. There's a chance that you could fuck Che Dorena. A pretty decent chance. He's out there looking for targets. I don't like that you refer to them as targets necessarily. You might want to change that into something else in the future, but I support what you're doing here.
No. It's I just want to get, I haven't fucked in a while because I've been too busy. I literally had to put a lot of the ladies on ice. Some ladies were hitting me up and I went, you listen, just straight up told them, too busy right now, got a lot of work to get done. I'll see you when I see you, kind of thing. So it's been, I haven't been laid since like late or early September or something. So it's quite a while ago.
That is a long time. What's the longest drought you've ever been on? Because I am the master. I'm a sexual camel. I go years sometimes without being engaged. I think I was like 27 to, I don't even think I've done this math before recently, to 33. I think I went 6 years without having sex.
Whoa!
It was a pretty good haul.
6 years.
Yeah. I had like.
Was that was?
Yeah.
Was that the one?
You were there. You saw me. I was walking around with the driest dick in the world, and you had no idea. I was just living amongst you with a completely bone dry penis that I've had for a very long time. You didn't know. So, joke's on you.
Because I remember that, and I thought it was like 1 or 2 years. I knew it had been a while. I didn't realize it was 6 years.
I'm trying to think.
Holy shit.
I'm trying to think of like, I don't think so. Yeah, I think it'd been 6 years. I don't know. Maybe not. Somebody might be slipping my mind because I've had a couple like one-offs and things like that when you're like touring something, you know. But I don't. I feel like this is a thing I would remember, and if I'm not remembering it, it definitely didn't happen. I'm maybe just trying to save face now that you're making it seem like it was such a long time. But I don't know.
That's a long time.
It was a long time.
But you had good reason. You had good reason.
I
Like
have
you're going through like a metamorphosis, like well, you were in your cocoon stage until you blossomed into a beautiful butterfly.
I think that is true. I think I was like, I have a firm policy where I'm like, I don't casually sleep with, I don't think I've ever casually slept with a person. Like, I have once when I was in Korea, when I was like 22. I met a girl one night. I remember it was like a one night stand. I remember I lost my phone in her house, and she was like, just give me some sort of contact and I'll send it to you. And I was like, keep the phone. It's perfectly fine. Like, I literally didn't get the phone back. I just left the house, and I was like, throw it out when you find it. You're never seeing me again. And that was the only like one night stand I think I've ever had. But
that's surprising to me, because I feel like I thrive on the one night stand. I wish I could have like an X-Men power where immediately when I come, I get like teleported home. I'm just like, and I'm like, I can't even control it. It's just like, I just end up back here. It's like, I jizz and then I pop back home, and if I could take you with me, I would, but I can't. And that's me lying. I'm glad I can't. But yeah, I for me, sex and like emotion, I guess is probably not the right word, but sex is its own being. Sex to me is like eating a burrito. Like I love burritos. It's great. I'll eat burritos all the time. They're good. They're tasty, but it's not like a intricate part of anything else. It's completely separate. I only like sex for the pleasure aspects of it. I do it almost as an indulgence.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't like, to me, it seems like a commitment of some variety, usually. You know what I mean? It's always like, maybe that's the way that I read it for a long period of time. I don't know. It's kind of strange because I know there was a while there, like I lost my virginity late. So I remember because I had a couple opportunities to sleep with people too, where I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like if you go long enough, like I was 21 when I lost my virginity. If you go long enough, losing your virginity, you can't just throw it away on anyone, because then when you do it, you look like a fucking mug, essentially, right? Like if you just fuck someone who's kind of like some dumpster rat you found, then it's like all your friends are like, really? This is what it was all about? I had to pretend I was saving myself, you know? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's a weird dilemma. There's so much overthought with this type of shit too, and I'm definitely prone to it myself, but I don't know. Things are great for me right now. That's ultimately, I'm glad that we're both in a state where we seem pleased and satisfied with what's going on. So that's a positive.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, it isn't for everyone. Everyone has a different, there isn't like a right or wrong way when it comes to having some sort of relationship with sex. It's like, it is whatever the fuck it is, man. Because you'll find people who are akin to what you want. Like an eye-opening experience for me was like, I want to put in the effort when it comes to sex. Like I want to make the girl come. I want to like do all the bells and whistles, eat her out, do all the pieces. And a lot of dudes don't do that. So when I like came to this realization, and also we live in a different era where sex is much more casual than it has ever been before. So if like the predisposed idea when you're having sex with someone is never that like, oh, we're having sex with that, this is going to lead to a relationship. It's casual sex is always on the table first. So when I hook up with someone, if they have the this idea that if this is supposed to lead to something, or that I owe them something for having sex with them, it's like, first of all, no, it's equal exchange. Because I'm not taking anything from you. You're not taking anything from me. We're having sex with each other. So I don't owe you anything after this. I don't owe you like more intimacy or a relationship. And I'm already probably giving you more than other guys are giving. So that's already a step up. And casual sex is where we start. If you want something more than this is like, you have to make that clear. You have to, if someone on a first date was like, listen, I'm looking for a long-term relationship, I'd be like, okay, well then I'm not going to fuck you.
Well, that seems like that's all fair. And I know you're like above board. Like it's like people would be like, "Oh, you're a fuckboy or something." But if you're straightforward about it, then I don't think it's like it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. But like I was watching me and my girlfriend watched Love Island. I like Love Island. And we watched the Australian version, and there was one guy on there who was like boasting about sleeping with 500 women. And it was just funny that he thought that was like a smart or intelligent thing to say as like a marketing campaign for himself. You know what I mean? Like that's a very deceptive number. To sleep with that many people, you are literally like a con artist or something. You know what I mean? And to boast and brag about it seems like a fucking strange situation.
Yeah. And you want to be trusted when you're on Love Island, or at least have people think that you can be trusted.
Oh, for sure. We just hit 50 subs. You want me to guzzle down an egg here for a second? Should I fucking throw an egg down the gullet?
It's egg time,
it's
boys
egg time,
and girls.
Folks. Give me one moment. I'm just going to grab an egg.
It's egg time. If you guys are watching on TikTok, go to Little Dinky News on Twitch. The link is in my bio. Oh. And what you should do is you should come over and watch, open up, maybe hit the follow button, and you can see my co-host Cameron Phoenix eat a raw egg because we just hit our sub goal. Because every 50 subs every 50 follows and every 10 subs, we eat something gross.
Yeah,
that's what happens over here.
So this one's going to be extra gross for the fans, and tell me if you think this is a good idea or might I die from doing
Why is that?
Okay. So I've been looking for a transparent glass in order to eat an egg from, and all I have is these mason jars, okay?
Yes.
And the last time I ate an egg on stream, I did it out of the mason jar, and I forgot to clean it this time. Do you think if I eat an egg out of the same mason jar that hasn't been cleaned for a week, will I die? Thoughts?
I don't think you'll die. I don't even think you'll get sick. I think both you and I live a life where our bodies have been sort of prepped for this kind of environment, for this sort of engagement. This is what you've been working for.
Okay, true. I agree. That was where my logic was taking me, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be quick about it, though, because I don't want the egg intermingling with the old egg, because I feel like that shit is where the damage occurs, right? But as you said, I was raised...
Yeah, you want it to be fast.
I was raised in a cat piss household, which I've said many times. I was raised in a house that reeked of cat piss, and that was 8 years of my life. So I think I can handle the egg. I think my immune system is ready for it. Here we go, folks. We're cracking in.
Count...
An egg.
Yeah, we got to... Egg doesn't go bad.
An egg to the people.
Trust me, I'm a scientist. An egg to the people. Get them out there. Get the eggs out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
You want to get the egg in your system. Get the egg in your gut. Get the egg swirling and whirling.
I got some egg on me. It wasn't the cleanest take. I pulled away at the last moment, and I got some egg driblet on my face and shirt. So, amateur maneuver.
Got a little egg spillage.
What do you think of the Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight? When does that happen? Do you know much about it?
I think that's December 16th. And here's the thing about it. Oh, first of all, did you see whoever the dad is? Their dad? Did you see him roast fucking Jake Paul?
Their dad, Tommy Fury's dad?
It was fucking... Yeah, Tommy Fury's dad. I think it's John Fury. He said Tommy's gonna come. He's like, you're a joke, Jake. Tommy's gonna come in there and beat your ass, and after he knocks you out, he's gonna bend your girl over like a dog and fuck her. She was like, oh, like it was fucking savage. And then Jake Paul's response was like, you're a cringe old man. You're cringe. It's like, this guy doesn't even know what cringe means, dude.
And that's not cringy.
Fuck your girlfriend
like a dog. No. That's the thing. You don't want to fuck around. People from Northern England are some of the meanest human. Like, they will fucking say the meanest shit to you that you can possibly fathom. If you're from like Liverpool or Manchester or something, those people do not mince words. They're pretty fucking straightforward.
No.
I think Jake Paul is going to get fucked up. I'm not sure Tommy Fury is the most incredible boxer in the world because he seems much softer than Tyson Fury, obviously, because he didn't have to blaze. He's had it like pretty pampered. But the dude looks like a physical specimen. Yeah. He's 22 years old. He's done nothing. Like, he is a trained boxer. He's not fucking around here. You know what I mean? And this is his payday. And he was great on Love Island. He was good on Love Island. He's very cute with his girlfriend. So I think he's going to take it home. That's my read.
There was some weird thing with who was the last guy he fought? The fucking why can't I remember this guy's name? The ex UFC champ, fucking Tyrone Woodley. So he fought Woodley, and then after Woodley like released his contract or something, and there was weird shit in the contract. I got to look this up because there was weird shit that said like you can't punch him in the face twice, you can't knock him out, or like I can't remember what the specifics were, but there was like limitations on how much you could beat him up, which is very strange.
Yeah, that is that's definitely odd, but not all that surprising. But even putting a little bit of that into the mind of a person in a boxing match, right? It's like, you just even have to think in a fight is not ideal. What are you looking at? Your face just lit up.
I'm on MMAfighting.com, and we're looking at Tyron Woodley manager reveals details of Jake Paul fight, including Paul asking for automatic rematch clause. I gotta read through this to find the juice. I hate when they always fucking bury it because they're like, you gotta read our fucking thing. It's like, I don't want to read your fucking stupid thing. We got
also, just FYI, we did just get a sub from Tyron Woodley finish.
Oh, Blood Wiz, thank you for the sub, baby cakes. Let's fucking go, boys and girls. According to longtime manager, first round management CEO Malik Kawa, the seeds for the fight were planned back in April. Ben Askren, blah, 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 blah. Jake Paul's manager. Trailer when Jake, the way he did, a lot of people thought that Ben threw the fight. There's a lot of hype around it, but give Ben a chance. Okay, fucking what? Tell me what was in the contract. Suggested Woodley should fight him. Okay, Tyron Woodley is the perfect opponent. Quite said he's an 0-0 boxer. He's a former UFC champion. He's a little older guy, but he's got dynamic hands. He's been a boxer his whole life, training in boxing his whole life. Jake realized himself he needs to go to the next step.
Yeah, it's like, why are they telling you all this shit? We understand the context of the fight. So you just couldn't hit him in the head twice or something? Like, if there's any weird stipulations, it's not a real fight. But the thing is, Tommy Fury, I'll tell you this right now, and people from, like, I think they're from Liverpool or Manchester. Either way, they're the same breed. They're kind of criminals by nature. And I say that my grandmother's from Liverpool, and everybody's they're all con artists. I have family members who, my uncle was wanted by Interpol for a short period of time. One of my uncles for committing insurance fraud in Canada. He came over from England. And I remember when I was a kid, we went to visit him, and he had like a really nice apartment in Toronto. And then eventually, so he was selling insurance. And then when somebody brought one of the claims to him, he just fucking left the country immediately. Like, he was like, I'm not paying out on any of these insurance claims. He was just collecting money.
Oh, shit.
That was his fucking move. But I mean, if you agree to box Tyson Fury and you put something in the contract that says, hey, you're not allowed to hit this guy, you're not allowed to knock him out, he knows knocking out Jake Paul is the most profitable thing you can do when you're in a ring. And that's what he will do. And he will cheat to do it, I assume. That's why this fight's a little bit more interesting. He's got, these people know that you can, like, Tyrone Woodley might play ball because it's like he's in the industry, right? I think Tommy Fury's actually going to fucking back him a couple times. He's a big dude.
I think he's a big dude. And I think it seems like there was a no knockout clause in here. I want to see like an actual picture of the contract, but I don't know if that's been released. But it seems like there was a no knockout clause, and so he couldn't knock him out, which is like, you had him on the ropes at one point. where he really fucking cranked him, and then he kind of slowed down, and that could have been the reason why. People are giving respect for your uncle. They really like that he was wanted by Interpol. That is actually very cool.
Well, it's like I think my dad worked for him for a bit too. It was all very shady because like when I was a kid, my dad worked for him for a bit, and then he moved to Chicago for like a year, and we went to visit him in Chicago, and I still have no fucking idea what was going on there, right? Like, so I think he was probably trying to run a similar scam in Chicago for a while, and he definitely had a lot of money while he was there. Like, we went to visit him, and he would just give us $100 each American in the morning, and then just let us go walk the streets of Chicago. And I was like 11 years old, and my sister was 14 at the time. So very odd.
Just here's $100 and then just fucking go out there and figure it out.
Yeah,
I think there is. I see. I relate to you on a lot of these things of like, because I think we both had parents that were kind of like, yeah, figure it out. Like I'm gonna kick you out. So like, I don't want to teach you all this shit. You got to figure out your life. And I'll hang out with people who aren't raised that way. I guess who had like more like comforting and handholdy parents. They were like there for them more, and they want to do shit all the time, and I'm like, no, I need you go do your shit, I go do my shit. That's how this works. We both go do our own shit.
No, exactly. And I respect that. I do think that is like, kids are gonna be, you can raise your kids as much as you want, but they are who they are, and it's like you kind of have to accept that, and you help and guide them, but ultimately it's like, look at where you are now, and what did your parents want you to be? You're a stand-up comic. That was never something they would ever have wanted for you in a million years, and they never would have directed you towards that path. No. But you found your way there anyways, and you probably would have regardless of where they sent you or what they made you do. So I don't know.
Exactly. You're going to find your own path, and it's good to just be able to carve it out on yourself. That's something that you really want to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think, what do you think of this whole Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian situation? They're officially dating now. That has been laid out.
Yo, Pete Davidson is like, he wasn't that good to begin with. Okay. He's not like, he's funny. Yeah. He's funny. I'm not saying he's not without talent. He clearly has charisma. He begged Kim Kardashian somehow. He definitely is a smooth talker or something. So kudos to you. But I mean, you watch like rock stars decline. Like I'm watching that Beatles documentary right now. Did you hear about this Beatles documentary that just came out? I'm watching.
No, I didn't hear about this.
Okay. So this is a little bit of a digression, but I'll try and make it back to Kim Kardashian. But so Peter Jackson, the director of Lord of the Rings, got to edit 60 hours of documentary footage that has never been seen before of the Beatles recording their final album, and it just came out on Disney Plus over the course of Thanksgiving. It's just like a weird historical thing to look at. But they're all so successful that they're little like princes, right? It's like you have 3 princes coming into a studio. Yeah. They're all wearing fur coats and sipping tea, and people are bringing them like croissants and shit while they play the piano and just dick around. I feel like Pete Davidson is making the transition into being a prince before he really has any measurable accomplishments on the books. So it's like, I don't imagine that this is going to go too far into the future for him. But that's my take once again.
Yeah, like I think now he will become someone who is just famous. Because it is, like he's on Saturday Night Live. That's a thing that like mainstream people consume. I think now you put Pete Davidson in a movie as like a side character, he's gonna like bag those roles. Maybe he's the leading man, I don't know, but it is like banging Kim Kardashian. It's like, oh, he's a known quantity now. The thing though is like, this is the peak. Like who do you fuck next who is more famous and will give you more clout than Kim Kardashian? So I don't know if his dick can take him any further in his career. So the next move, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if you can fuck up from here.
He should just do something dramatically different. Like if he started sleeping with, what's Trump's daughter's name again? That'd be a wild fucking transition if Pete Davidson goes after Ivanka Trump. That would be, he breaks their marriage apart with his weird Rasputin-like dick that he's been slinging all over Hollywood. I'd watch that movie. Here's a question.
Yeah. I think people are saying he looks like. Oh, hit us with the question. What do we got?
Oh, I was just gonna say, did you see any of the Michael Che Tim Dillon spat? Do you know who Tim Dillon is, or?
I know Dylan, and Tim Dillon, he's definitely a very funny dude. He has like a huge following. I know Michael Che, of course. He's on Saturday Night Live. I do not know what's going on between them.
Oh, they had a bit of a fight apparently because they did the Joe Rogan video. Did you see the SNL Joe Rogan sketch? That was just like fucking kind of brutally bad.
Oh,
like
I saw bits and pieces of it, and yeah, it was like fucking just. I mean, most things SNL makes is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're still on TV, it is like a Big Bang Theory type situation where it's just like, I guess it's just such a known quantity, it can't die now. But also because it's such a known quantity, it's so mainstream that like corporations have their fingers in everything, so you can't take the risks that once made the show good. And it's like if you make something great, there's very few things that never get corrupted. Like South Park is something that stood true and is still great today. But you watch like The Simpsons, and it's like brutal today. We watched an episode the other day, and it was brutal. But yeah, this is a completely side thing to what was going on. So they did the Joe Rogan sketch, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
And what happened because of this?
So Tim Dillon was like, he tweeted, because I guess I don't know how close he is with Rogan now, but because he moved to Austin and then fucked off after the whole Rogan thing, right? So he doesn't seem like he's firmly entrenched in Rogan's group, which doesn't seem like a good place to be right now. It kind of seems like Hitler's bunker at the end of the war, you know? Like, I think the Rogan train is going off the rails pretty abruptly, and it's like only the most shilly kind of like, I think everybody's putting distance in between themselves and him, who is going to have a future after this. Like, I feel like Segura and those guys are trying to distance themselves. But Tim Dillon was just like, oh, this sketch fucking sucks ass. And then Michael Che's like, you're a fucking bum or something. He was like, you suck at stand up, and you only kind of have your podcast or whatever. And then Tim Dillon's like, I'll fucking, like, who are you kidding? It's like, nobody watches SNL. Nobody cares. I sell out shows all over the goddamn country, which is true. And he's like, I probably outsell you in terms of a live comic. And it's like, who knows, right? Like, it's a weird, could be, might be close.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Dillon does. And Tim Dillon's for sure a better comedian. Like, Tim Dillon is a straight comic. Like, no one on SNL is the guy. Like, no one on SNL is the fucking killer. Like, to go back and forth on that, or even to be like, oh, this fucking sketch sucks, and then to stand up for it, it's like, SNL sucks, man. It's like comedically sucks. So, and this isn't even we're not breaking the mold by saying this. This is like a known quantity that it sucks. Like, the fact that it's still going, it like blows people's minds. It's like, how is this? Like, it's so milquetoast. It takes no risks. It's so cheesy. A lot of the stuff on there is cringy as fuck, man. But it just keeps on ticking. And Tim Dillon is like a fucking savagely funny dude and has like a serious audience. Oh,
and it's like he's completely self-made, right? Is kind of the argument. It's like whatever Michael Che wants to say. Although Che was like, Michael Che, that is, he was like a weird home run hitter, MLB prospect type of dude. Like, he was on The Daily Show as a correspondent, and he got SNL and then had to leave The Daily Show. So you had two of the biggest like shows fighting over your comedic abilities. You know, this was like, I think this was Jon Stewart too at the time. This was Jon Stewart's Daily Show. So these are two of the, so it's like they both have big dicks comedically, right? But SNL does suck. I think that is the main takeaway of this whole point. Stratobarb says here,
yeah, they are huge. They do have like.
Stratobar saying, what do you mean people are trying to distance themselves from Joe Rogan? That makes no sense. Tom Segura went on the podcast not long ago. I think people are still doing his podcast. People will always do his podcast, and I don't think Joe Rogan is an irredeemable figure. I just think it's like, if you're in polite society, you don't necessarily want to be fully affiliated with him, because he's got like kind of a stink on him now after the whole, you know, just kind of where he is politically right now is not very appealing to Hollywood elites. I don't give a fuck what Rogan does one way or another, but are you still there? You were editing he was moving the camera around, and then he froze up in a weird kind of Yoda-ish, like, looks like he's meditating or something right now. Oh, you're back, I believe.
No, it is. There is definitely a lot of people who are like, I don't know. They super eager to get tied up in like anti-vax. Oh yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, like I think there's definitely like
you're breaking up a little bit here. Your internet went jank again, but yeah, it's just like being anti-vax is like not, you know, I'm not an anti-vax. I believe in the science of it. I think get vaccinated. I've gotten vaccinated. But there definitely is a corporate push to being vaccinated and wearing a mask and all that stuff. And it's like, I think a lot of people think being anti-mask or anti-vaccine is like, they mistake rebellion with the right answer. You know what I mean? People don't want to, you don't want to be some lame rule following person, and people think like not being vaccinated is the equivalent of wearing like a fucking leather coat or something.
Oh. So strong.
Okay, I got you. I hear your audio now. Stratobarb says, y'all think Joe is anti-vax. Here's the thing.
Okay. Oh, you can hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah. Stratobarb's saying, y'all think Joe is anti-vax. Do you think Joe Rogan's anti-vax?
I think
he's coming
through really slow.
You're coming through in and out, so
I haven't heard a response.
I hear you now. Can you hear me? Hello?
I
can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you.
You hear me?
Do you want to keep your video off for just a moment then, and we'll see if we can we're going into an audio podcast for the moment here. This is an interesting format though, for certain. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
See if
Technical difficulties, folks. Rashid, hello, first time chatter. Jay's kind of popping in and out. Here's the thing, Stroubarb. I don't think he's anti-vax, but to bring up questions about the vaccine, while it's understandable that people would have them, I think like while, you know, it is within every person's right to question it, to kind of do so on a public platform that millions of people listen to and speak about it like you have some sort of qualification to really understand it is the problem. But, you know, once again, neither one of us are too passionate about it. So I wouldn't say he's fully one thing or another, to be completely honest with you. I think Che's internet might very well be pooched here. Let's wait a little bit longer and we'll see if he comes back, though. Autumn is done her schoolwork assignments. What were you doing? What grade are you in again? What kind of schoolwork are you doing these days? TM Dip Oi Chip says, Pete looking like a Twilight vampire. That's accurate. That black light dude, do you have any YouTube snippets of your comedy stand-up? I believe we both do if you go to Instagram. Let's see. Oh, Jay just popped out there. I'm going to see if he's coming back here. Give me 1 second. He might be restarting his computer. Oh, he's back, I think. Hello? Stratobar, 1 second. I'm going to read what you said there. You said, the problem is people not listening to the episodes where he brings experts about the subject to clear his view and not one-sided view. He always brings up people from all sides. That is true. You know, it was just like very early on, the anti-mask stuff where he was like, are you going to wear a mask and all this shit? And he was he's had a hesitancy to going along with this the entire time. And I don't know, I think it's very American to kind of, like, here's the thing. Joe Rogan doesn't have a lot to lose. He wants society working. He wants to be able to go to a steakhouse. And, you know, he's losing a lot when people take safety measures in regards to COVID. Whereas if you're a minimum wage ass worker and, you know, the economy's operational and you got to go out there and work for minimum wage and you might get COVID, that's a different fucking position. And he doesn't seem too sympathetic to it, to be completely honest. That's my beef with him, is that it's like, you know, when you're rich and famous, of course you want everyone out working. But it seems like a dangerous time, so it's not really possible, you know? I'm going to give this another 5 or so minutes and we might wrap it up here because he has vanished once again. These road ones have been fucking tricky this time around. We've had bad internet connections. Does anyone have questions or anything like that? I might even just play a little round of Halo while we wait. I'm going to drop myself down here. Ooh,
can you hear me now?
I can hear you again. I can hear you again. You're back. You're back.
Boom, back.
Boom, back.
All right, we're back.
Smooth as butter. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back up here.
Fucking back.
Okay, Jay.
Okay.
Holy
moly! I don't know what happened there, but a bunch of shit just went down.
Yeah, that seemed pretty haywire. We were talking about Rogan being anti-vax. Would you
say
strange? Would you say he's an anti-vaxxer?
I don't know if he's an anti. Like, he obviously get vaccinated, and honestly, if I was Rogan, I probably wouldn't either, because you have access to like every marvel of medical technology, and you have like, you're steeped in the world of health and regeneration. Like, the guy gets like ozone treatment where they like take his blood out and swirl it in ozone or whatever the fuck that is and put it back in him. Like, I don't think he's against people getting vaccinated, but he isn't gonna get vaccinated. Like, the negative part is that then a bunch of people listen to that and then they're not going to get vaccinated. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I've always been on the stance of, like, people look at Rogan and they do, like, he obviously has a massive, maybe the largest following on the planet right now, and he's going to have influence over them. But he's a he's a UFC commentator. He's like an ex-fighter. He's a comedian. He's in no position of like a medical authority. And if people are going to take advice from him, it's like, those are going to be those are going to be those people. And there's always going to be those people. There's people who took advice from Oprah when she would say certain things on stuff, and she was their guiding light. And did Oprah have any sort of backing half the things she talked about? No. Yeah. But that's just always going to happen.
I just think the entire time he's failed to account for the fact that he is a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem to be able to work that into his perspective, strangely, because it's like, I've always said to everyone, it was like, you know, when COVID started, even though COVID has proven to be maybe not as bad as we initially thought it was like, I don't give a fuck how bad it is. I don't want to experience having a disease for the economy. I don't make enough. I'm not a big enough part of this shit for what I'm being paid. You know, the job I was working before COVID was like, it was barely enough to justify doing it to begin with. Then you add the threat of getting a potentially dangerous respiratory disease. It's like, I'm fucking out. I'm just not doing it. You know what I mean? And I think that's within my right. And I think it was the right answer, and people should be allowed to do that. But are you still there?
Oh, yeah.
100. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, no, 100%. 100% you should be able to just fucking clock out of it when there's a chance that you're going to die from some horrible disease. It's like, yeah, fuck that shit. I don't want to fucking do that. It's like, yeah, now this is when you got to go on the grind when you're gonna fucking die. At the same token, I think people should be able to take that risk, but without risking other people. Like that's why, like the Vax Pass and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, businesses should be allowed to be like, we want to not only protect our customers but protect our employees. And then there can be other places that choose not to check if you're vaccinated. And I guess those establishments can just run the way they want to run. And if you're someone who doesn't want to get vaccinated, you can solely look to work and live through those places. And a year or two from now, all of this is going to be gone. We're just going to go back to fucking, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Hopefully. But I don't know. It's weird, right? It's like it does. You know, how much time do we have left if we get back to normalcy in 2 years before something else severe comes down the pipeline? Because I watched this video about how MIT has predicted that society is going to collapse by 2040. Did you hear this?
No, really?
Yeah, apparently they were doing all these, they did these things in the 1970s. They were running all these experiments and kind of it's all nobody can predict. There's so many variables to life, right? It's based upon technological advancements and things like that. But they tried to account for them, and they were in almost every situation, you know, society falls apart at some time. Just the numbers, the growing pollution, you know, population density, all that type of shit. They've run the numbers, and they're even if technology continues to increase at a stable rate, that things look pretty dire around that point in time. So who knows, right?
And then I'm always of the mind that nothing is until it is. There always has been doomsday things. We've talked about this before, where it's people thought that nuclear holocaust was going to be the thing to just fucking destroy everyone. And then there was in the 70s, they thought famine was going to kill everyone. But there is always some sort of advancement or lack of advancement, nothing. It was just no one killed each other with nukes, and no one died from famine because we started to make GMOs so we could feed more people. And to account for technological advancements is impossible. If you're in the 70s and you're going to account for the internet in everyone's pocket, you can't. No one saw that one coming. Mm-hmm. No one was up to date on iPhones and all those kind of things. And I'm not saying it won't happen, but I'm not going to sit here and worry about it, because if it does go, then I'll be well, I wasn't doing anything to prevent it. Now I'm just going to keep going along for the ride I was before.
Yeah, maybe. And then your molecules will be recycled into something else after it all ends. That's the kind of take. But
yeah, man. There's always a chance you could just jump off a bridge. If it got really fucking hairy, you can always just just fucking...
Yeah. No shame in that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
No shame in the old bridge method if things go really tits up. But
yeah.
I do think if that's what we're looking at, something they should figure out sooner rather than later is some sort of you know how they have Starlink, Elon's space Wi-Fi thing. It's they need to figure out some sort of stable internet thing that can continue to exist if landlines and sea cables and shit like that all go belly up, and power outages and things. If we experienced complete power outages on the earth, to still have internet access would make it so much easier for whoever survives whatever the experience is to access the YouTube videos required to rebuild society, right?
Yeah, 100%. It needs to be all on some massive fucking server in some place locked away. No, I think that would be great. And who knows, maybe because it seems clean energy is inevitable now. Whoever's still on oil, we have Alberta, who is hasn't made the necessary changes to get off oil jobs and look for something because oil's going away. We're hitting such a breaking point with it, where I'm seeing so many memes and tweets and all this kind of stuff for fucking people are oil prices are insane. And it's people can't afford gas anymore. And it's we can't use it because the environmental thing. And the best thing in the stock market to invest in now is clean energy. Everyone, all the big money people are putting their money in clean energy. So it's everything's pointing to us going clean. And it's if we go clean and we find some sort of way to scrub the atmosphere, if that is a possibility, then it's maybe we reverse these things. And if not, it's like, then fucking keep doing your push-ups, baby.
Yeah, push-ups, cardio. Get your cardio right. Learn how to shoot a gun. That's something I've been thinking about. I'm like, I wouldn't mind learning how to shoot a gun a little bit better just for some peace of mind, you know? Like, hopefully it doesn't get to that, but who knows? Oh. Autumn's heading out here. You're getting all roboto mode again here for a second. Sorry about the technical difficulties here, folks. This is the last one we're doing on the road. I can hear you now. Yeah, you're getting a little echoey, but I still hear you. Okay, we may have lost Che again here, but we are closing in on 2 hours here, so I'm going to give him another couple minutes here. We'll see if he comes back, but if not, we'll pop off, and we'll be back to our usual streaming scenarios. Okay, I just hear enough to confuse me, you know, like just every couple seconds, a syllable bursts through, and I'm like, oh, hello? Are you still there? Or here, 1 second, I'm going to take this down. No, that's too bright. Are you still there by any chance, Chad? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay, Autumn's heading out. I think I may close this down then, because we are very close to 2 hours. Thank you very much for your patience tonight, guys. This was a complicated one. But we will be back to normal when? Wednesday? Sunday. We'll be back to normal on Sunday. Regular streaming time, and we'll have our proper setups and everything like that. So please do come back. I don't know if we'll be playing Halo or if it's the new Warzone map comes out, December 3rd. So I don't think that'll be there yet either. But either way, it'll be fine. Also, check out the YouTube if you haven't checked it out. I'm sure you all have. But anyways, thanks a lot, guys. We'll